All are one. Form is a construct. Only the soul is persistent, and everything is connected. Digimon, story, time, stranger. The story follows the agent as they investigate an anomaly in space-time, which leads to an incident, which destroys Tokyo, the Shinjuku Inferno. The agent quickly runs into little monsters running around Tokyo, something their operator refers to as a phase electron life form. In the game, phase electrons are theoretical particles which are the cause of much research, and Digimon are composed of these particles. Thus begins the Digimon adventure. The agent is quickly whisked back in time to 8 years previously, where he meets Inori and her father, who take in the agent. Inori's father has been researching phase electron life forms. The agent accidentally crosses into the cyberspace and brings an egg back to the human world, followed by an upset Minervamon. Inori becomes involved when an Elecmon, hatched from the egg, digivolves into Agiomon, a humanoid satyr Digimon champion, whose goal is to protect Inori at all costs. For a while, they try to make Agiomon blend in with the humans, but he soon learns he stands out because of his obvious horns, and everyone thinks he's a weirdo. It doesn't matter though, because the human world is soon invaded by evil Digimon. The group become trapped in cyberspace and must navigate the digital world to find a way back to the human world. While trying to escape from the digital world, the group become embroiled in an ongoing war between Digimon and the Titans, who are also Digimon but evil, and following the evil god Digimon Chronomon. Different realms of the digital world are led by the Olympus 12, representing the pantheon of Olympic gods, including Minervamon, Marsmon, Venusmon, etc. Indeed, over the course of the game, we learn that all myths and legends stem from anomalies, such as the one being investigated now, where the digital world and the human world overlap. From here, I'll explain the time paradox, so if you don't want spoilers, skip ahead. It turns out the egg, which hatched Agiomon, was set into the protection of the Olympus 12 by Chronomon himself. Chronomon, the Titan of Time, rebelled against the ultimate creator, homeostasis, and tried to destroy the Akashic records which hold the annals of time. Destroying the records will destroy reality as we know it, so naturally, many are upset about it. The egg he places in protection was actually a backup of himself. So Agiomon is actually Chronomon, and Agiomon learns he can time travel, but he can't control it. They travel to the future and learn that much has changed from 8 years previously. This is also a different timeline than the one the agent originates in. Digimon and humans have learned to live in semi-harmony. What's more, many Digimon were driven from the digital world into the human world by the Titans and forced to live as refugees. Some humans accept Digimon, others see them as a threat. Digimon refugees are also becoming sick, living in the human world. Thus begins a series of time escapades where the hero attempts to correct time by saving the Olympus 12 from their tragic fate so they can unite in the final battle against Chronomon. A second Shinjuku Inferno goes underway, and Inori is sucked into a portal placed beyond space and time. Agiomon leaves the group and becomes Agiochusmon Dark. Agiochusmon Dark starts wildly traveling through time, attempting to correct history and save Inori. Shadows are created in the wake of Agiochusmon Dark's failed attempts to save time, and a twist of destiny, one of the shadows takes form of a human who believes they are an agent. Thus, Agiomon created the agent, who in turn released the egg from the Digiverse, which would eventually become Agiomon. Agiomon's form is actually based on the memory of Inori's little brother, who she lost. The agent is based on the little brother's favorite anime character. And this also means the agent is also Agiomon and Chronomon and a Digimon himself. Why is Inori so important to the time-looped Agiomon? It's unclear, but I guess it's just random chance. With the agent and Olympus 12's help, Inori is eventually saved and the group goes on to fight against Chronomon in the Akashic records. Chronomon's ultimate desire was to be released from time, so by destroying him, the group is following into his plan from the beginning. The only way to stabilize the Akashic records so reality can continue is for Agiomon to sacrifice himself and stay in the digital world as Jupitermon. The agent, on the other hand, returns to a reality. Inori has been reunited with her little brother, but she does not remember the agent. Through the adventure, the agent is also aided by a group of mysterious, extra-dimensional beings in the otherworldly in-between theater, which is reminiscent of the Velvet Room from the Persona games. There are over 450 Digimon which make an appearance in the base game of Time Stranger, which represents less than 1/3 of all the existing Digimon. It's a good number to get to know, and you get to meet most of them through the story, or its many side quests. Visually, the game is well implemented, the graphics look very good, and there is a good variety of different levels with highly detailed environments to explore. These include parts of modern Tokyo and its underground, the main digital town watched over by Marukimon and Minervamon, an industrial area watched over by Volcanusmon, an oceanic area watched over by Venusmon and Neptunemon, a holy temple inhabited by Junomon, a forest area watched over by Bacchusmon and Ceresmon, a fiery area watched over by Apollomon, an icy area watched over by Dianamon, and a gothic dark area watched over by, you guessed it, Plutomon. There are also funny challenge levels called the Outer Dungeons, which have unique appearances as well. The Digimon models are all well animated. Each Digimon has at least one unique ability and a unique end screen animation after battles. The Digimon will also come out and roam with the player as they navigate the game, and many of them are writable. Music is a bit of a weak point of the game. You can change the music if you want, and there are some decent tunes, but they only become available after wading through some very questionable soundtracks. The early portions of the game just have weird synth noises that would barely constitute music, and do nothing to create an atmosphere or propel the player to keep playing. At its core, the game is a traditional JRPG. Digimon battles occur with up to 3 of the player's choice, along with Agiomon and up to 3 guest fighters who may join the party depending on where the player is in the story. But the Digimon start small and animal-like in their in-training and rookie forms. They get bigger with each Digivolution. They often also get more human-like for some reason. So when you are playing with a team of champions and ultimates, the team starts to look like a roster of characters from any random JRPG. Though, once they go Mega and Mega Plus, they all become giant robots. Battles are actually pretty tough though, perhaps not as difficult as some of the Persona battles. Some of the boss battles get pretty close though, requiring careful consideration when forming your team and which Digimon to send into battle. There is a type system similar to Persona or Pokemon, but Digimon also features a secondary type system which supersedes the elemental one. The 3 core types are Vaccine, Virus, and Data, and knowing who is good against who is crucial to success. For instance, a Vaccine type does almost no damage against a Data type, but does a lot of damage against a Virus type. You can also expect some enemies to play with status effects. Bosses of higher levels regularly one-hit KO'd my Mons, so I equipped every one of my main party with at least a revive skill. Some of the battles get seriously hard with the Royal Knights in the endgame, all being Mega or Mega Plus and level 85. Even with a team of Mega Pluses, some battles still took over an hour, and 20 to 30 revives probably. Exploration is fun, but can be overwhelming at times. The game is very maze-like, and while it features an open zone system, getting from one place to the next can be a sort of puzzle on its own. In the endgame, the player can freely travel not only through all of the zones, but also through time, which I enjoyed because you get to feel like a full real time traveler. It would have been fun if they explored the mechanic earlier in the game though. Before unlocking time travel through the in-between theater, it can be annoying traveling around, as it requires many pit stops. Think Starfield. For instance, in the later portion of the game, if the player wanted to travel from Shinjuku to the Factorial area in the Digimon world, They would have to travel first to Nori's rooftop, then take a Pegasusmon to Rebellion Village, then go through the portal to the digital world, take a Bergermon to Master Blipmon, and then take Master Blipmon finally to the Factorial area. Digivolution is the most complicated thing to learn early on in this game anyway. First of all Digimon are connected through Digivolution and De-Digivolution. Each can digivolve up or down to a few other Digimon, and they all end up forming a complex web. Unfortunately, the game does not make it very easy to figure out how, and many Digimon can only be gotten by navigating the mysterious web. I did manage to fill out the entire field guide and got each Digimon at least once, but it probably took an extra 10 hours of my 80-hour playthrough to do so, just going through the menus and digivolving and de-digivolving. In order to digivolve, a Digimon must have the required stats and the agent must have the correct rank. There may also be a personality requirement. What's great about this game is once you have a Digimon, they automatically level up, along with all your other Digimon, whether they are on the field or not. However, each Digimon will stop leveling once they reach their max level. Max level is determined by their talent. Digimon can only gain talent by increasing their bond and then digivolving or de-digivolving, or using items, or undergoing a process called load enhancements, whereby a Digimon basically eats another Digimon and gains their skills. Their bond can be increased by using the Digimon in battle, items, or feeding them in the Digifarm. Individual stats can also be trained in the Digifarm to increase the accumulated stat. When a Digimon digivolves or de-digivolves, they lose all their levels and that corresponding stat increases and return to the new Digimon's base stats. But these can be increased based on accumulated stat points, which carry over to future forms. Stat points accumulate based on a certain percentage of the points gained through a Digimon's lifetime in a particular form. But they also stop gaining accumulated stats when digivolving if they no longer have sufficient bond. Bond for accumulated stats determine how many times a Digimon can digivolve and de-digivolve before they stop accumulating stats. So, in order to get a Digimon from in training all the way to Mega Plus, you must first ensure they have bond before digivolving and ensure they have sufficient talent to level to the point where their stats are high enough to take on the next form. Once they gain talent, bond, and accumulated stats, they never lose it regardless of what form they take. While the forms Digimon can digivolve and de-digivolve into vary widely, and often seem perhaps even unrelated, there is a core soul of a Digimon, which remembers the bond that you shared. While the Digivolution system is interesting, they could have added features to simplify the experience for the player, and using the Digifarm is extremely time-consuming. Diving back into the Digiverse after all this time has been a fun and very confusing experience for me. Digimon Storytime Stranger is an excellent game to jump back into the series if you haven't played for a while, featuring all the classics and many newer mons as well. It's got a fantastic story, and while occasionally it has somewhat cringe writing, it's a great overall experience, though expect to be challenged with the battles and the Digivolution system. Did you play the newest Digimon game? Let me know down in the comments what are your thoughts about it. Also, what games are you looking forward to that are coming out or that you want to play? Let me know down in the comments. Also, you should subscribe.